Good times, sunshine, gonna be here in no time now. Bad times, gray skies, push them all away, turn them upside down. You're gonna break new ground, turn everything around. You're gonna live your life. There's a beautiful day headed your way. Keep your head up, up, up. You'll be okay. Beautiful day waiting for you. Just open your eyes and see it's true. A beautiful day.
Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's been a few months, so it's good to be back. I figured, why not? Well, I didn't actually plan on it being July 4th when I planned on coming back, but it is what it is. A couple weeks ago, I decided I'm going to do it Tuesdays and Thursdays, so we're going to try for that for now and see how that works out. And we're going to do midday, probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock. The next couple of weeks, we're going to kind of play around with it and see how things work out. So tonight, or today, I got used to during the day, I'm actually going to be unpacking some material and stuff that I've got, testing the stream, seeing how things are going to work. Let me go ahead and get that going. I've had a lot of changes since last time we streamed, and the last couple times we streamed was for the doing the inlay, but it's good to be back and try everything. Looks like sound's working, I hope. If anybody shows up, send me off a hi here so I can make sure my text or thingies here are working and my sound's working properly. Since it's been a while, everything's got new cords, all that good stuff. So, like I said, I've got a lot of stuff I've just got to get hung up and into inventory, all that good stuff. I was hoping to get it done before the stream so I could get some other stuff done, but it's been busy, to say the least, here the last several months, trying to get used to everything. His wife's health has kind of remained stable, you know, a little bit better at times, but we're still trying to get used to that, but it didn't help. The last month, I had to redo the steps on our deck. We got a giant tall deck out there. We had steps that come down 13, 14 steps, and we haven't been able to use them for a couple years because they were kind of starting to fall apart, and so I finally just had to get into it and dig into it and do it. So I was gonna have somebody do it for us, but every time I kept looking at the prices of somebody to come fix them and do everything, it was a little insane. Still ended up spending about $800 just ourselves here, just buying the wood and stuff and doing it all ourselves. So overall, I'm happy with it. I would have liked to have spent more and redid a few other things, but you know, it was good to get it done. There's several things though I've actually gotten done here recently. I had this wine barrel I've had for like 3 years. I've been wanting to turn it into a mailbox holder for one half of it, and the other half is a planter. Finally got that done. So actually been a pretty productive time, other than chainmail, which is kind of the only thing I've been doing on chainmail. Is when it comes to orders and stuff, I haven't gotten to sit down and play with anything new. It's just been the constant whatever I get in orders, and that's been about it. That and laser stuff. So it's gonna be nice to finally get back and sit down and get into a few designs that I've been waiting to do for a while. As you can see, I've got a ton of rings here that are get out of there. For one of my next projects I got coming up, I now actually got 2 other projects I've got to get going here too also. So, but this is going to be for my next jersey. I'm doing a Kelsey jersey next, based on this last Super Bowl. So it's going to be mostly white, frost in this case, because of not being able to make white. So this is not even all of it. I've still got some more in this box of it, but I actually bought this wire rack. I was thinking about using it for taking to events. It's a little too wobbly, and especially if you're in an outdoor event. And I was like, well, what am I going to do with it now? I was like, well, I can use it to check in product, because it's always a pain in the butt when you get a old pile like this, and especially when you have them in multiple colors. You'll see that in this box here, that this has got like 2 other projects in it also. So I thought maybe I can use it as a project wall too, to remind myself of what I've got going on. So, like I said, for testing the stream out today, we're just going to kind of play around, get this stuff going. We get far enough, I want to pull out some rings. There's something I've been wanting to do for about 2 months now. Have no idea if it's going to work or not. It's just been in my head. One, I haven't had the space to do it, because to be honest with you, I had a very little space here, and some of the projects, whenever I had an order come in, I'd end up doing it on the other desk, because this was just covered. And this and that and the other, so it's been a little crazy. And like I said, I hope everything's working for everybody. I don't see any comments anywhere. I don't know if I'm missing any. Some of the things have changed since the last time I'd streamed. I mean, it hadn't been that long ago, but like usual, things change with Facebook, and had to re-log back into Twitch and YouTube. And I'm also working on my computer too. I'm trying to dual boot it into Windows 11, testing it out because I'm still on 7 for most of my stuff. So this is a nice little shelf, but see, it's a little wobbly. I don't know if you can see it in the video there, but especially when you get any weight, it'd probably work good if you had it at events for like bows or something real light and whatnot. Probably be fine, but and I mean, I wouldn't be putting necessarily a ton of heavy stuff on it, but to be honest, I think it's going to work better if we're being at home or checking in. So let's see here, what else has been going on? Like I said, the wife's health has been kind of leveling out in a way where you're kind of getting used to it in a way. Nothing is ever set in stone. You think you kind of get a plan going, and then the plan gets kind of lately the plan has gone because of the deck and everything outside, but things that need to be done. And that's one of the other reasons why I'm thinking about changing up the stream here and doing a mid-afternoon stream, because right now that's about the time of the day where I'm not outside. Normally in the mornings here, I've been going out and getting some of the work done on the deck and steps and yard work and everything that needs to be done out there. And then by 11 to noon, the trees are no longer shading anything. It's also warming up. And it's not till about 3:30, 4 o'clock when it shades enough in the back here where I can get out and get anything done that I'm working on a project-wise for deck or whatever it is. We're working on redoing the chairs too right now. We're going to start those. So it's like, well, and here I've been, over June I've been going, okay, stream. I've been kind of halfway, for a couple weeks, a month ago, doing my normal 7:30 thing, going, okay, if I was to stream again here. But I'll tell you what, I've been outside till almost 8:30, 9 o'clock every night, with because that's when it's cooling down, it's shadier. And by the time I come in, it's like I could do the stream then, and it's like, oh, I'm so worn out by that point in the day. I've been going to bed somewhat early, but by 10 o'clock, I'm pretty much zombified. So we're going to go ahead and try these mid-afternoons, like I said, Tuesday and Thursday as of right now. Around 12:30 or 1 o'clock. Next couple weeks, we're going to play around with it, see how the times work out and whatnot. Quick looks around here, see if I'm missing anything. Like I said, everything right now seems to be working well, but I won't have any idea till I get done doing a stream. That's normally how it works. So, and Thursday we'll hopefully be getting into building something. I just need to get this stuff done. I could have just thrown it to the side, but I'm like, I'm just testing the stream anyway. If something goes wrong, I don't want to have stuff out planned and then not be able to do it because, internet or stream is not working right now. I have updated my laptop to Windows 11, and it seems to be doing pretty good. I did a few tests on it, and so far so good. One thing I will say I'm happy with, though, well, not fully. I still gotta play with my phone. My phone got an update yesterday. But for the past 2 months, my phone got an update a couple months ago. And it must have been a really bad update because everything was just slow. You go push something and it's like, click. And it was driving me bonkers. And, I was afraid to do any kind of drone stuff because everything was just so laggy. And it had an update yesterday, day before yesterday. And so far, everything seems to be about where it was, so that's good. Laptop seems to be working well. Desktop is still, like I said, I'm trying to get Windows 11 on it, see how much I'm going to like it. I'm trying to make it as my main and have Windows 7 as my backup. I will say the only thing that does suck, my laptop I have for my lasers. It is working, but the CPU fan has gone out. And so I have an extra side fan that I put on it to kind of help everything keep down. Laser stuff isn't really CPU intensive per se, because normally it's just sending information to the laser. So it's still keeping up with it, but if I need to make any changes to a graphic before I do the laser work and I'm using it, it doesn't like that. So I'm in the process of trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Could use a little laptop here, but now this was a while back. It was giving me some weird little issues. Maybe that's not going to be a problem anymore. Let's see here. Checking accounts. I kind of do like that once I'm just sitting here. Alright, we'll go with these three because I know I got more up in there. Now it's time to dump out the box. Oh, come here, box. So I got pounds and pounds and pounds. Alright, this was from a different project. How do I remember? I wrote down what that was for, but I don't remember right offhand. So, alright, let's get these out here. Ooh. Random piece of electrical plate here. That's a little odd. Alright, it might be easier just to dump it. Oh boy. Alright. So yeah, the bottom part of this was a project that mid-range project got changed. It has now become, it has another project that is going to be coming, so it's all good. All these are all 1/4 inch 16 gauge rings for my inlay work. Why am I putting those over there? This one can be over there. And okay, yeah, because we already got the Chris Jones inlay done. I had some of these were extras from Chris Jones. Then I had some for the Kelsey inlay that I have still. When everything got a little crazy there during the Super Bowl, I wanted to get that done. We worked 2-week stream, got it done. I'm pretty happy with it, and there are still some changes I want to make to it. I made a couple of minor changes to it, but then everything got crazy and it was just kind of more in the way, and I didn't want to get it screwed up, so I put it up, and I just recently pulled it back out to try to start making some changes to it. So to finalize it up, oh, it's over in that other bag. I moved that other bag. That's right. Okay, because I know I had another project in another bag that actually these are supposed to be going into. So lots of projects, and actually I've kind of added on another project, and that's one of the reasons why I need to get this done also. That one I'm not going to necessarily talk about too much right now. I don't know, not a major thing for most anybody else per se, but something I need to, I don't know what I can't say for a while, so. Thought that was 18 gauge for a half second. Getting there. That's the craziness of getting rings in. Last couple orders I've been pulling out the stuff I needed for what I needed, and then other stuff went into project bags, and other stuff went over on the other. Over in the other room, I have a 6 foot by 2 foot grid walls. I used 1, 2, 3 of them, and I made an H or an I, whatever you want to call it, on a platform with wheels that I can roll around, and then so I've got hooks on all the sides of it, and it keeps all my extra rings on there. So a lot of them went up over there. Some of these will probably end up over there too once I get them verified for the projects. It's kind of nice. I mean, I haven't wheeled it over here in a while. Normally I just go over and grab what I need. Alright, here's all these. What? Hey, looky there, big old June bug. Had a lot of June bugs. I don't know why that class was just in that box randomly. I'll put that up. That was a little weird. So, alright, let's plug these holes. So far, like I said, if you're watching this later too, you can still make a post saying, hey, everything's working good or something. I haven't seen anybody make any posts yet, so hopefully I'm not missing anything. I got the chats are open, so still half tempted about getting into one of those things where I can stream to one and it does them all and everything's kind of combined into one. It's just cost money. And in a way, I was glad I didn't do it. I was wanting to do it when we came back, when I planned on coming back, but then with December, we didn't have Christmas until mid-February, I think it was. And everybody got sick, and the wife's health kind of went in. So yeah, everything got a little crazy. Still is crazy, but we're kind of, I think we're figuring things out. At least I'm trying best I can. I have my days, let's just say that. Some days I think, okay, things are going good, and other days I just kind of like, Alright. And then I'll have the bronze. Why? And I guess I'll need to go back through the blacks there, make sure I don't have any black eyes mixed in. How many bags of these I have? $63 bags at $300 a bag. However many that equals, I don't know. Not all, I mean, there's going to be extra here, but like I said, this is for the jersey. I'm hoping to actually get it started going here too, but this past week with the thing that kind of came up has kind of changed my mind on what I'm going to work on for my inlay next. And yeah, so we're gonna play that by ear. Let's see here. Probably go with, look for all the pink ones and that one on one. These are normally always the side colors anyway, the extras, the emphasizers. If any of my words make sense. If I remember how to talk, I'll be honest, I haven't talked a lot, and it was kind of weird not doing the streams because I kind of got, you know, with life not feeling well a lot, you know, she's sleeping a lot more and stuff like that. And I'm always busy outside doing something, so I'm out there just by myself. I guess I do talk to myself sometimes out there, but new. So far, so good. Should have had the wife get on and see if my stream's coming through. Maybe it's not. Well, it says no comments yet. So, overview, what's overview? Okay. I think it's all working. I haven't had a lockup on my screen here, which is kind of nice. So, like I said, my sound bars are looking good over there. I know even the last couple things I tried to stream. I went to the All District Festival and was streaming some of the bands from that. And it wasn't until afterwards come to find out that the stream's audio was screwed up. I'm like, I don't even know what I did differently that stream got screwed up. But oh, okay. Well, there's somebody. I'm good. Oh, it's good. Okay. Well, that's good. Oh, that's the daughter. Hello, daughter. All right, let's get in some buttons here. Well, that's good then. I'm happy for that. Normally, you're going to go with the 2 cameras, though. I had another camera kind of went a little haywirely on me, and you know, I've had a lot of these cameras for years, and they work great, but I think they got used to, you know, okay, we're going to videotape for a couple hours this day, you know, a couple hours the next week. I got into streaming, and they're like, I'm struggling, you're making me do it. Well, normally they're on for about 2 hours a day, if not more, by the time it was done. If I was doing some inlay work and wanting to time-lapse that, it was on for, you know, 12, 15 hours a day sometimes. I wasn't video recording all that, but it was on, so it was ready. But, well, when I first started, like I said, I had problems getting logged into the accounts, and then my microphone wasn't working for some reason. I don't know what was up with it. It needed to be not necessarily reinstalled, but I couldn't find it right off the bat. Got that work. Wasn't sure if I was going to make 12:30 today or not at first. I kind of started getting stuff ready. I started about 10:30, kind of getting some of this, and I was like, well, I need to check my wires, make sure the video's all working, audio's all working. So I got into that and started noticing issues. Then I got closer to stream time, and I tried to connect to well, first one gave me a problem was Twitch. It's like, you haven't been here in forever. Haven't been forever, but okay. And logged in, and then it was like, well, since you haven't been here in a while, we're going to send you a code, make sure it is you. So had to go through that process. Same with, well, YouTube's wasn't as bad, but Facebook's was the easiest, but I think that's just because I'm always logged into, well, I'm not logged into Facebook, but when I'm on Facebook, the account's there, so I'm kind of always seeing anything, any messages or whatnot. If you ever guys need to ask a question or whatever, you can send me messages through Facebook and or through the website. I say half my sales are probably just through Facebook Messenger at first, saying, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? Especially when it comes to the laser etching. Which Tuesdays is normally my laser days. That's why I've never really done streams on Tuesdays. And all the band stuff that I was doing. Now that I'm not doing the band stuff, you know, and I'm going to be streaming during the day, we might have some of the Tuesdays might end up being a laser stream because I'm working on that at the time. It just kind of depends. We'll have to see how it goes, but my plan is, if I have laser work, to do it early, if need be, and then later. I mean, it doesn't always have to just be. Well, I'm about ready to fill this thing up. I almost need more turners on it. I probably will, I guess, fill it kind of up. All the top is Chainmail Joe stuff. That's for, all these are my football project. I've got all kinds of different colors set up for this. I have a football project lined up. I started getting into it in January, but then, again, things went haywire. And next couple, I don't know when it's going to necessarily chill. Now that I've got the deck done, or steps done, I've still got the gate for the top of the steps to do. So I'll probably be working on that the next week a little bit here and there. I've got to go get another piece of wood to rebuild it. I think that's what took the longest with doing the deck was I tried to reuse as much of the wood as I could. So when taking that old wood, it was sanding it all down. You know, if I would have had $1,000 worth of equipment, planers and all that, I could have probably whipped it up and out pretty quick and easy, but I didn't necessarily hand sand it, but orbital sander, belt sander, to, you know, I'd say 45 pieces of wood, all the different sides. There were some days where, you know, it took a whole day just to do a couple pieces of 14-inch 2x6. But that's fixing it all up, cleaning it up, sanding it down. Then I have the staining on it to do, and all that. I did all the pre-staining before we put it back together. I just felt better about it if I had more protection everywhere. So, and then I do plan on putting on a sealing coat at the end of the summer here. All right, yeah, it's getting a little top heavy too. I think I'm going to take the wheels off this thing and make a round base and bolt on some bigger, sturdier wheels and put on more wheels, probably 6 instead of just a cross with 4. Just makes it really, really wobbly. But I think there's some other things that are going on. Just keeping up on the lawn work's been insane. I mean, doing the deck was all new experience too. I've never done steps and stringers and all that, so it was a lot of reading, YouTubing, figuring out how to do it. First time I actually did any concrete work. That's one of the parts I wish I could have spent about another $500-600 on, but just didn't have the money for it. So we got it done. And kind of straighten up the shed a bit so it's a little more work friendly, that I can do more stuff more often out there. Still got some more work I need to do. That's also in the plans. I mean, this morning I did the first bit up until about 10:30 before I tried to start doing streamy stuff. I was out there setting up, getting my wood pulled out, sanders ready, because after it shades up later, I will be going back out there and sanding some more wood. I've got to rebuild the box, the frame of the door, the gate, and it had 12 1x1s in it. No, it's only 1.25 or so square bars in it. Now I'm probably not putting as many back into it that was there, because they really packed it tight. I think just because of some of the things they did on this deck. Their math was really weird sometimes, and then other things were just like, what are we thinking? Oh, well, isn't that? I wonder what kind it is. No, it's not. Where's my magnet at? Oh, crap, I moved my magnet. Got a big old scale inside one of my champagne rings. Looks stainless. I don't have any magnet out to test. I'll have to. Now, I mean, I've had the odd ring here and there in the bag from, you know, a mixture, but a giant scale, I mean, even a small scale in here I could kind of see, but this is huge. I mean, that had to take the weight of this bag way down. If I wouldn't have ordered these so long ago, because, I mean, that's, yeah, I'm going to have to count that one out, because that probably let me, I'd say probably 30 rings. If they're the same weight, that's probably 30 rings maybe worth of weight in that one giant scale in there. Yeah, you're going to go on the front side of this row. I mean, it happens from time to time. Like I said, when it's a ring, it's one thing. You know, you get a couple of weird, odd rings in there, it's not going to throw the weight off. A giant scale like that, especially if it's stainless, that's throwing that bag way off ring count wise. I mean, I don't know if you can see that in the video there or even here. I mean, there's kind of a pretty big difference, I think. There's quite a bit more rings in that than this one with that in there. Man, where is my magnet? I have magnets everywhere in this place, and no, here's a little one. I don't know if it's going to be able to get through the plastic. It's so. Oh yeah, it's stainless. It sticks really well to it. It can hold it up. So yeah, that's a stainless. That's. I mean, again, not that big of a thing. Things happen, but that's going to be a big weight difference on that. And it's TRL anymore for you. I mean, I love them and I still use them. their love-hate relationship anymore. It's like, you guys do some weird stuff at times, but I have expanded out. So, I mean, I'm using 5 different people's chain or rings now. So, we are expanding. Used to use some other ones before that, so. Alright. Hopefully, these new bags, I can't tell. These new bags are milky white. I do not like these at all because you cannot see the ring. The only way I'm going to be able to tell what actual shade these are. I mean, with the clear, you're going to get a little off, but you can still, for the most part, you're going to get a 95% true color on it. These new things they've been using, I can't stand them. I have no idea what shade of red this is going to be, and their shades of red have been so vastly different lately. It's insane. Had some they considered to be red. To me, it was more like the Santa hat red they had at one point, and I was like, I couldn't use them for my Chiefs thing, so I ended up using on another project. But and these I have no idea till I get into them. Okie dokie dough. Where we at here? Everything's still going good. Where's my time limit? Oh, there it is. So we've been going 30 minutes. Sweet. Everything's looking good. Got these all put up. Clean up my mess. I should have brought my little broom out. And get some rings out. Alright, well. So. Something like that. I'll have to pull out my other chart and check all this. And I mean, I've already did my initial check-in, and they just got piled in, so I'm not necessarily worried about their counts being off. And I won't notice the little stuff like I just did till I come through and do all this, the hole punching. But I do that for all my rings. Kind of when I get my rings, it kind of go through a process. When I get them, I punch holes in them and do an inventory of them, make sure I got everything sent to me that I was supposed to get sent. Then they get hung up, unless they're going to be getting in, opened up to be put into my stock of supplies that I have underneath here. I'll pull out a box here and kind of show you. Oh, these things are sticking to everything. That is going to be a pain in the butt to get off of there. Let's see, can I use this maybe? Business card? Yeah, there we go. I made it nice. Business cards can come in handy. Let me throw this away real quick. Get off me. Get off me. Alright, we're going to pull out a box here. Let's pull out our purple and red box. And okay, if I got rings that I'm always working on for projects or orders, everything's in here. Got all, this holds my purple, red, blue of all the different sizes that I have, from the 3/8/16 gauge down to 20 gauges, 3/32. Most of them I have all those for the colors. So if I get anything, when I get a package in, I'll open them up. If they're not going onto the storage rack, I'll open them up. They'll get clean, put in the colander, washed up, dried up, then put into these. So there's always a process when they come in. Anything comes in. Everybody's a little bit, well, I mean, most things are all the same. I mean, TRLs you always have to clean. Chainmail Joes normally comes pretty clean, but it's just habit to wash them anymore. Whoever I get them from. Who else do I got here? Oh, we got a doggy waving. Oh, there's the wife. Hello. Alright, so, what did I want to pull out? I want to see, I gotta find my 1-inch. I've been working on, oh man. Man, I wish I could, before December, it was back in actually October, I think. I was working on, man, where did I put them? Because I did need to have that, because it was my first trials that I was working on for. I was trying to make wormhole cube earrings, and the sizes just weren't kind of lining up. And since then, I had done some more sizes. But yeah, I don't have any of them in here. I had in here, the biggest I go to is 1/2 inch. I guess I had 5/8, but it's also 14 gauge. And yeah, this is one of the first ones I did, and I wasn't liking it. So I got some 1-inch stuff, and I forgot I didn't put it in here yet. Well, that kind of changed that idea, doesn't it? Well then, I'll tell you what I want to do. Actually, I want to make up a couple before our next event, which I guess I haven't mentioned it. If you're local here, we're going to have our first event of the year. Normally ends up being down here in Smithville last Saturday of July. It's kind of normally our kickoff. There's been a few times where we've done some beforehand, and I'd like to get some more before that in the coming years, but normally once July hits, we will start getting July. We'll have a couple in October, November, December, when our events get more and more. So let's see, I'm gonna need, let's get this, I'm gonna need a couple of these. Hey, why are you leaning the wrong way there? That was weird. I wonder why it was laying that way. Alright. Get these. Whenever I pull anything out that I'm working on, I replace them with an empty so that they don't end up moving around and making a weird, crazy mess. So I'm going to need, we're going to do some square ring jelly cubes. First one I'm going to do is a copy of my Chiefs one that I currently have. But I want to do another one of those that I can sell. Then I'm going to do them in a few other colors, but the first one I figured I'd go with. Yeah, there you go. Do another Chiefs one. I like it. It became my handy item during Super Bowl this past February when we were not looking all that great there for a little while. I was spinning it and tossing it. So now I think it's become my little charm to have during a Chiefs game anymore. I mean, I did through the playoffs a little bit. I'm gonna have to be, you know, there's enough, but so I need silver? No, just that. Okay. Alright. Guess I didn't need that many. Alrighty. Where is it? It's sitting over here. Let me grab it real quick. Oh, there it is. It's my Chiefs jelly cube. Square rings, 5/32, 18 gauge. It's not as flowy of a jelly cube, but I still like it. It just because I don't know. I just like it. I've done a few others. They're put up, or I'd grab them. I actually need to start going through my event box stuff and getting that stuff ready. Had it pulled out, well, for December, when we missed our December event, because everybody started getting sick. We had the first sickness of weirdness at early. Then by the end of December, we'd gone through the pneumonia stages of stuff, got better from it, kind of. I had a stomach bug, and then we all ended up with COVID, and so yeah, we missed a lot of stuff there. So, all right, well, let me go ahead. Let's do the flipperoo here. Oh, wait for okay, I got a new mouse. I wasn't sure how to wake this one up. So let's transition. I guess we've been on the main camera all this time, but there wasn't really nothing to look at over there, I guess. So we'll flipperoo and start doing some 1-in-1 chain here to make our base. And let's make sure I can get in here and see what I'm doing. Like I said, working at the other desk, whenever I've had a custom build here anytime recently, It's different than working at this desk and the different lighting. I missed being over here, that was for sure. I'm going to go ahead and pre-close some up and have some ready, so... I got to do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 5 by... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. 5 by 5, but upwise... it was 4. I went one short, so it's not exactly square. But I like the way it ended up coming out that way. When I went the other way, it doesn't come out exactly square either. So that's why I wanted the stripe to be on the taller side. So it's a little bit taller than it is wide. But if I went one more ring wide, it kind of threw it off and looked weird with having the stripe in it. So the first one I did that way. Then when I built the second one, this one, I ended up going one shorter on it. And I like the look of it better. And then I ended up conveniently, somehow, the thing is, it is in this house somewhere. I have another one of these, like I said, this is a proper 5x5. And it was up in the bedroom. And it just disappeared. I'm not sure exactly where it went. I'm not worried about somebody taking it or anything like that. So that had, but it... And it could be underneath, you know, we've got a bed. It could have somehow got underneath the bed. Underneath our bed it's a taller bed, so we've got storage under the bed. Could have somehow gotten in between something down there. And we haven't pulled out, like, everything from under there in years. I mean, we'll pull out a good portion here and there to get whatever, but never pulled it all out in years, so that's probably sad. But who knows? I imagine I'll end up finding it one of these days in the most odd place. I'll be doing something, and it's going to pop out at me one day. That's how most things end up working like that. So, but it'll be nice to get back to, like I said, getting some of these streams done. I still got a few things to do with the software here, make some borders still. Kind of reused what I had real quick because I kind of forgot that I needed to kind of redo my cameras, and I knew I needed to, but I just hadn't turned back on OBS in quite a while. Actually, I had it on actually, I guess about a month ago, so I just need to record something online for some reason. I don't quite remember what it was now. I ended up using it for that real quick, so it was a quick and easy project to do, but and then, so, we'll come back here on Thursday. I'll have a better plan for something to do on Thursday, but I do want to give a shout out to everybody. I hope everybody's having a good 4th of July. I don't have a whole lot of things planned here. Wife for years, we really haven't done a whole lot because of her lung issues and whatnot, so it's hard to be outside and the smell of fireworks can get to her, so we really don't do a whole lot. And I'm not going to say that it's not some on me too. Me and fireworks have had a sordid past. I kind of like them, don't get me wrong on that front. But it seems like I'm not like super accident prone per se. But sometimes I can have them and it seems disproportionate. Is that even a word? The amount of times you think something weird's going to happen on accident or whatever, but it seems like I'm like a 50-50 on fireworks, having some kind of odd, weird accident. Most time it's, well, let's say the first time it was on me. Well, I wouldn't say that was the first time. I had some as a kid. It wasn't so drastic, and I don't remember them as much as now that I've gotten older. First one I really remember was actually, wasn't dating the wife. The wife and me were friends, and was over at her place back in high school before we started dating. Probably by a couple years, easy. We're in the backyard firing off some stuff, and we're just firing off bottle rockets back into the woods behind her place and her parents' place, and I wasn't thinking about it and had my, couple gross of bottle rockets sitting below where we were shooting them off, and the ember happened to go down after a while and finally caught them on fire, and once one went, they just all went crazy, so Had 2, 3, 2.5, 3 dozen or gross of bottle rockets just start shooting off everywhere. They were in our pool, just everywhere. And after that, I don't think I actually shot any off for a couple years, because it was actually it was a few years after that. Once I was out of school, it's probably in my mid-20s, early 20s. Just wanted to get some and go shoot them off, and I never got into doing the bottle or the Roman candle wars, but I was with people that wanted to do it, and they were shooting them off. Dude got hurt. I guess that wasn't me per se, but it was just, it wasn't a good experience, but stupid stuff. And then I had, we were shooting off some others, and kept getting in trouble. You couldn't shoot them off anywhere. I mean, at the time, you lived in apartments, so you just try to go find, there's nowhere to just shoot them off, so anytime you go anywhere, you know, you got somebody calling on you. The thing was, is I always picked up all my stuff. I wasn't going to leave a mess behind. A lot of people, that's what drove me nuts. I think the biggest thing about 4th of July that drives me nuts is people not cleaning up their mess. Fine, if you want to shoot all this stuff off and everything, that's all great. Just pick your crap up when you're done. So I always did that, but nobody ever did, so that's why they don't want you shooting stuff off anywhere. And so then that kind of turned me off for a few years. Then we had our kids. They were, we had all 3 of them at the time. No, well, did we have the last one at that, with Starla around at that point in time? We were over at her parents again. This was years and years later, obviously. From the first incident, we were out in the cul-de-sac, and we'd go out there in the center, and we had bricks set up and everything like that. I don't know what it was about this Roman candle, just decided to shoot sideways, and in a cul-de-sac, the thing would spin, and I swear had perfect aim on shooting everybody's garage. So we had like 3 people with their garage doors open because everybody was out there doing stuff. And here comes these Roman candles shooting into everybody's freaking garage. And I mean, they were all stunned too at how it jumped out of the holder that we were all using, because we'd shot off several before that. That was pretty much the last time I really shot any off. I think I had a few after that, but it was more, actually, yeah, I don't think there was a couple years after that, then, I've seen the grandkids shooting off their stuff with their mom and dad. So, yeah, actually, last time I actually lit a bottle rocket or any type of firework off has probably been a good 12 years easy. Just feel like I'm gonna end up doing something bad. Alright, so we got a little bit of chunk here, so well, you can get your border going this way, come back down the other way and start connecting them. I just gotta do my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there. Right there. So, right there. I should have had a ring ready to go. Oh well. At least this is how I do it on this size ring. If I'm using the 3/16 20 gauge, or 1/8 16, or jeez, 1/8 18 gauge normal size jelly ring, I'll normally start it off on a piece of they call it something fun tack. Yeah, mounting tabs. They're just little sticky. You can hang posters up and stuff with them without having to put holes in walls. I use this stuff quite a bit for all kinds of chainmail projects because I can just push rings into it. I use it to normally start my half Persian 4-in-1, 3-in-1. I can just put some rings on there. You know, other people use some other things, but you know, these I'll just lay it down with all my upper rings, lay down the side rings, and just weave it together until you get a base going. I don't need to do it necessarily with this size ring. It's easy enough to kind of hold up, and I would probably hold it up a little bit better. Should have brought over my Pepsi. So far, so good, looks like. I haven't looked over there in a while. Actually, let me click these screens fully. I'm seeing the chat boxes, but not their interaction box. See if I got viewers anywhere. It looks like I might have a couple on YouTube and Twitch, so I do thank you all for being there since it's been a while. And I do want to thank everybody for dropping in and checking out since it has been a little while since we streamed last. I do appreciate it. Alright, so that was my folds, and that was my flat. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flip over. What's that? Those two. Finally. That's why I should have had the ring ready the first time after I did that. I wouldn't have had to go through this process. Am I even in the screen here? That's one thing I'll have to remember. I haven't had to worry about that with anything lately, is making sure I'm within view. Let me go through. Come here, come here, come here. I need to view. Did I get through the right one? No, I didn't. I missed it somehow. I come back one. Hopefully I went through the right way. I guess that's the hardest part, is just getting that first ring going. Make sure you got the square of it. Get down there so I can look at you again. Now, did I skip that again? I somehow went out of the wrong one. Instead of moving the wrong one, I moved it through, took it out of the right one and moved it through the wrong one also. Alright. Little rings. I know my eyeballs are kind of still a little bloodshot, not bloodshot, sunshot from being outside. It was so bright out there this morning. You're always out there just squinting because it's like, wear the hat, it kind of helps, but honestly, not wearing the hat a whole lot because it just makes it hotter. And we had some hot days. Today's not too bad. All right, dang it. We'll go there, and that's got to be that one. How can you screw this up this time? Let me figure out a way. I'm sure I can. I'll figure out a way to do it. I'm just good that way. Like I said, I want to get a couple of these done. I got a few more platforms I got set that I got for setting up. And then I got some laser work I need to do too. I got some rock. I don't have any of the rocks out here. Did I show any of the rocks yet? Did I do any of the rocks last stream? I don't know if I was doing them then or not, but I've been doing some laser etched rocks, so they're come out really cool. Alright. Now you gotta be in the right one that time. I couldn't have screwed that one up, could I? Is there a way that I could have screwed that up? Alright. Now we're going fine. And where are we at anyway? About an hour, so that makes it, what, about 1:30-ish almost? Yeah, almost 1:30. So, we got our hour. I didn't actually know if we were going to go in an hour tonight or not. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I want to flip screens. I forgot I moved that. There it is. Okay, there we go. It's like, man, why does it look so weird? But anyway, I do want to thank you, anybody that did drop in tonight. I know it was kind of a little weird. Didn't have anything planned. I just want to make sure streams are going to work. We were being able to have audio, video, all that good stuff, since it had been a while. So, like I said, we're going to do them now on Tuesdays and Thursdays, roughly around 12:30, 1 o'clock. Thursday, we might try at 1 o'clock and see how it works out. I'm trying to get into a routine of when I'm doing lunch, from when I'm taking my morning after doing the morning stuff before it gets too sunny or hot. So Thursday we will probably be back here at 1 o'clock on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday I'm taking my mom to the airport, so I should be back by that time anyway. So should be fine on Thursday. So I do want to thank everybody again. Don't forget to give the like, share, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Find us over on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop me any line at any point in time through the website or Facebook. Or through any of the videos here. If you're watching this later, I do appreciate it too. You can still give thumbs up and all that good stuff then. So, otherwise, I hope you all have a great Tuesday. Great 4th of July tonight. I'm going to hopefully maybe get the drone out and go get some firework footage. I'm not shooting it off myself, but I'll take some footage of it. So, anyway, y'all have a great 4th, and we'll catch you on Thursday. Peace.